Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. And I think I'm coming to you live in 3 places. I just need to double check that that is what's happening. That's what's supposed to be happening. Where's my mouse? Here it is. All right, so we're just gonna double check, make sure we're in all locations, so that I can hit everybody and nobody has to go searching for me, because you got 3 options. You can be finding me on YouTube. You can, where is my mouse? There it is. You can be finding me on YouTube. You can be finding me on Facebook business page, the Junebug Creations 29, or you can be finding me on, oh, and it looks like I'm on the business page. Let's just double check everything so we have it going. Let's see what is going on here. All right, we'll get this sorted out. Bear with me, be patient. Oh, looks like I'm there too. All right, and then double check the YouTube. Should be in all 3 places. Cross your fingers for me. Let's see. Last place to check. And yes, I should be live in all areas. Woohoo! Yay me! Figured it out. Thank you to Dylan from Streamlabs. He sent me some extra steps that I thought I did the other day, but yesterday, but apparently, or to Monday, but apparently I didn't. This time I must have gotten it right, because here we are. So it is Wednesday, Paper Pumpkin Playdate. For those of you catching me on the A+ vendor event, this is the subscription kit that you saw a post about. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll go through and walk everyone through this. So as with all of our kits, it is all inclusive, which means all you have to do is add a pair of scissors. And I'm sure you have multiple scissors at home. I have at least 17 or 18 pairs throughout the house, not just in my craft room. The majority of them are in my craft room, but I have some in the kitchen. I have a couple pairs in the kitchen. Oh, I'm probably up to about 19 or 20 pairs, because we just got some new kitchen shears. So it's a great way to be able to make cards and to have fun and be able to send cards and make people happy. And it's super easy, because everything comes in the box that you need to make the cards as designed. So a pair of scissors is all you have to add. When you open up the box, you get a stamp set. All right. This month, for March, we got 2 stamp sets, because it was their anniversary month. So whenever they have an anniversary month, they send out 2 stamp sets. I have not played with this one yet. This is what I'm going to be playing with for next week's live. But we have this one, and it says, heartfelt thanks. You've been on my mind. Have a beautiful birthday. And it's the little things that matter. In your very first kit, it comes with an ergonomic, or excuse me, it comes with a clear block. I will be using my ergonomic blocks just to make it easier. Okay, you can see the difference in size. And because I have different sizes that I can use instead of having to stamp it, clean it, remove it, put on a new stamp. And that's something that as you start doing more of this, then you will come along to decide, oh, you know what, I might need a few blocks instead of always one. Or if you do enough kits, you'll have a number of these, and then that makes it a little easier for you as well. We always have at least 1 ink spot. Some kits come with 2 ink spots. The robot kit from the kit collection comes with 2 spots. Sometimes a paper pumpkin will come with 2 spots. The daisy one, not daisy, the sunflower kit we had a couple years ago came with 2 ink spots. So this is the garden green, but I like to use our regular size stamp pad when I'm stamping, just because I've already got it open and ready to go. All right, so we have our stamps, and then you have your no-fail instructions. That's one of the best things about all of our kits, is you have your no-fail instructions. So this kit is 3, 6, 9 cards. All right, and on the back it shows you what comes in the kit, gives you some ideas for some alternates for the kit, and then it tells you the colors that coordinate with it and where else you can find ideas besides with me. Then when you first open it, it gives you a page like this where it says 1, 2, and 3, and it shows you the ingredients for each of the cards. And then of course you have how to put the cards together. It shows you how to stamp it, where to put the glue dots. The glue dots are the little gray markings, and then the dimensionals are the white hexagon markings, and these little pieces are the gems. All right, and so then it shows you the 3 cards. So let me show you the 3 cards. So there is 1 card. Here is a 2nd card. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous paper, and we're going to be really showcasing that paper today. And then this beautiful card. All right, and these are little wood elements. It'll be a little trickier to mail these, but that's okay. You'll just have to pay more postage, or maybe these are the ones that you hand give to people that you know instead of mailing those cards out. All right, so then we have some extras in here. And what I did is I already pulled out one of each of these and I set them aside with some other cardstock, but I want to pull out the sentiment pieces and these and the envelopes. We're going to just use those, and then this, and I'm going to put this back in here and move it aside. We like to use the chipboard that comes in it for stamping, just to help make sure the stamps stamp really nice, because they are photopolymer stamps. All right, and then let me get my notes. Here we go. We're going to start off with this card. All right, now I've got 2 sets of cardstock here. Move things out of the way, because look at this. It is gorgeous on both sides. It's essentially the same on both sides. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut it. So on my paper pumpkin Playdate, the first week that we get the paper pumpkin, I do the cards as designed, and then after that I do alternates. All right, so we need this to be cut down to 5 1/4, like that, by 4, and I want to leave a little bit of sky, so I'm going to cut off some of those flowers down there, but I can use this, so you don't want to throw that away. And then we're going to cut this one the same to 5 1/4, like that, and then I'm going to cut this one in half because it can be used right along that score line. It can be used also. All right, and then we're going to cut this again down to 4 inches. So your card layer is 4 inches by 5 1/4, your front card layer. Whew, I'm feeling warm. Had that heater on too high this morning. It was frosty outside. Oh, I need this. All right, and then I just realized I need one of these to go a little bit lower. So we're going to be using this as our card base, but I thought that was a little bit too dark, so I wanted to lighten it up first with some fresh freesia. So, oh, here we go. We will do 4 1/8. So we'll have just a light little layer of that, and 5 3/8. So just 1/8 of an inch will show out behind this layer. All right, like this. Hi, Missy. How are you today? There we go. So we'll just have just a little bit, and then we'll put it on here, and that will help lighten things up. So we're going to move this aside. Let me get my glasses out of the way. I just realized I forgot to bring a few inside pieces over. All right, so what I want to do though is instead of just having this flat and plain, I want to run this through an embossing folder, and I'm going to start off with my absolute favorite one, which is the painted textures. It is not retiring. It will not be in the new catalog. However, it will be in the online exclusives. And when I see these kinds of things that they are a painting, I like putting it in this and making it look even more like a painting. So we're going to use our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And those of you in the A+ group, you're probably like, whoa, what is that? She hasn't talked about that before. This is our die cutting machine, or it also embosses. So with this, we want plate 1. We want our embossing folder with our paper inside, and then we want plate 4. And we're going to run it through our machine like that. Super easy, super quick. Nothing hard about that. We'll move this out of the way, and then let me show you the magic. All right, look at that. Now it looks like a painting. I love, this is my all-time favorite one. All right, I used to think a different one that we used to have was my favorite, and then they came out with this one, and it really has been my favorite. And I was set close to tears when I thought that we weren't going to have that one anymore. So I'm thrilled that it is in the online that it's moving over to the online exclusives. Now, what does online exclusive means? That means you can only find it in the online store. You won't be able to find it in the catalog. But that's okay, right? As long as it's still available. That's the part that matters. All right, so now we're going to glue it down, centered to our Fresh Freesia cardstock. See, the Fresh Freesia helps bring out the brightness. And then we're going to, we don't have any pink. I was gonna say, if I only had some pink twine or some green twine. I've got this linen thread, that will work. We're going to go ahead and put some linen thread on here and just tie it across here like this. Cut that off, so we're just going to use a little bit. This didn't come in the kit. I'm branching out a little bit outside of the box, outside of the kit. Typically I try and stay using the things from the kit, but I really wanted to emboss and use and make more cards because these are so beautiful that the idea of just having the 9 cards instead of 18 cards, well, not really 18 because that first set I made, but it just makes more sense. All right, so that's a little wobbly. Did you see that? Here's a trick for you to keep it from wobbling. We have our Take Your Pick tool. This is the best tool ever for doing kits. It just helps make it that much better. So use a little glue dot, put it down there, flip off this little bit, and I guess I should pull you a little closer so you can actually see it, don't you think? Right? Say, June, get us in there so we can see what you're doing. There we go. All right. So where did I put that dot? There it is. All right, so I pull that tight, set that right there. It's not going anywhere at all. And then I can tie my bow. That many people don't like tying bows, although Missy can attest that it's gotten easier the more she does it, the easier it gets. All right. So then we have a nice little bow. This one's a little too long. All right, so we have that nice little bow. Then we're going to go ahead. Is that straight? Yeah, that's straight. All right, then we're going to go ahead and glue this down like that. You could have, I could have put it up on dimensionals, but I decided not to. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that down like that on the front. And then we need to close this. Use our bone folder, or you can use your fingernail as well and just run it along there. That helps keep it closed. All right, there's the front of that. Then we have a sentiment piece. And I see I'm not using this because I didn't want to cover up the pictures so much. Let's see. Yep, I think I'm going to use this one. All right, and let's see, what sentiment do we have that goes in there the best? Let's see. Let's use, nope, heartfelt thanks is too big. It's the little things. Yeah, let's use, or the happy birthday. Nope, let's use it's the little thing, because then I can put the heartfelt thanks on the inside. I like to put that on paper and then pick it up with my block. And we're going to go ahead and use the shaded spruce, or the Pretty Peacock ink, to kind of go with the back of it. All right. So then we'll do this. It's the little things that matter. Move this aside. And we're going to bring in a piece of white cardstock that will go on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and ink up this flower. All right, now I'm going to show you a way to do this. I didn't bring the fresh freesia. Let's grab the fresh freesia because the berry burst is a little bit too bright for that. So I'm just going to ink up the flower like that. And then I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock for the stem. So there we go. And one more time over here, do the fresh freesia. So that's another way that you can get the two different colors. Huff on it. And then we're going to put that right there. And I think I'm going to do one right there. And then, oh, nope, that didn't go very well. All right, so we're just going to do the one. And then, there we go. So it's nice that it has two different sides, but I feel like it needs another flower. So I'm just going to re-ink it like that. So this flower is perfect because there is a dividing line to where you can do that. All right, so can't go with just two though. If those of you that know me know that I'm all about odd numbers, probably because I'm an odd person myself. So I like having odd numbers. Let's get some scratch paper up under here because we're going to go off this way. There we go. So now it looks like a grouping of 3 is growing there. And we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to use the Pretty Peacock to do the heartfelt thanks, because it's the little things that matter. Heartfelt thanks on the inside works perfectly. See, the more blocks I have, the fewer I have to clean as I go. And I'm just going to do that down there like that. All right. And then we can go ahead and put it on the inside of our card. And I like to just do the glue then around the edge so that you can write in the white spot. All right. Love this paper. Yes, this DSP or these cards are just absolutely gorgeous. Now this you can do, this style of card you can do with any paper. You know, you would just cut it down to the 4 by 5 1/4, and you can do this with any paper. You don't always have to have a second layer there if you don't want, or you can cut this a little smaller if you want more of this showing. All right, so then we're going to use the what's this? Dimensionals. And you want to make sure to have the dimensionals on each side so that they're not sitting on that string. So that string is going to go right down the middle here. You want enough so that your sentiment piece is not wiggly woggly all over the place. Better to have a few too many than not enough. Here we go. And then we're going to set that right there like that. All right, and then we had some gems in here somewhere. Gems, gems, gems. Where are the gems? We had some gems. Where'd they go? All right, we got glue dots. We got those. All right, hang on. I'm looking. Oh, I used glue dots from elsewhere. Didn't even realize it. All right. Here we go. Here are the gems. All right. And so then we will go ahead and take a large one and plop that right there. And a small one right here. And then we will go ahead and take another small one down there. All right. And there is our card 1. And we have heartfelt thanks on the inside, right? So super awesome. Now you can use the same cardstock, except what I did this time is I have the darker layer and then I've got the purple, the Gorgeous Grape, not purple. So this one is cut a little bit too large. So we're going to cut that to 4 1/8. And then cut that to 5 3/8. So it was just a smidget too long. All right. And this needs to be scored at 4 1/4. So then you can change up the colors. And what I did is I just looked in the back here to see what the coordinating colors were, and then I pulled out those colors. So I'm not going to glue this down completely. I'm just going to show you then with the other side how you can then run through this through the machine as well, and you can do the same thing. You just have 2 different colors and it brings out the different colors in your DSP. Okay, do you see that? So it's got the different color backgrounds and it pulls out different colors from the pattern. All right, so that's one thing that you can do with those. Then we have another one. Let's see how we're doing on time. All right, I think we have time for one more and then we'll have to do the others next time. So this one we're going to use the Early Espresso. We're going to cut this down to 5 1/2, score it at 4 1/4, and then we're going to cut this very burst down to 5 3/8. Oop, wrong one. And cut it here at 4 1/8. So it is again just a little bit of color nudging out, not a whole bunch of in-your-face kind of color. Oops. And then what we want to do is I want to use this side with this beautiful cloud here. So we're going to cut this at 4. And I am going to take a little bit off the top because there aren't very many flowers down here anyway. And this would go 5 1/4. All right. Oh, and on the other one, oops, I did tell you to hang on to these. All right, and what you can do is you can use this along the side here. You'd have to trim it down. You can use this along the side here to add a pop of color on the inside as well, or you can even use it on your envelope. This would actually fit your envelope better, so we'll just use that on the envelope. So this is one of those 1/8 inch pieces that I cut off the front of the card. Come on. All right. So here we go, and we'll just put this on here. Make sure it's the right way around, not that you put it on upside down or something. So here's my sky. And so then this dresses up the front of the envelope to go with that. All right, and the long ones that we took off the bottom, you could put in here had I not already stamped that. So you could add that to it. All right, so there's all kinds of things you can do with the little paper strips so that you have no waste. All right, so back to this one. All right, do we use, help me out here, do we use the painted texture again, or do we try something different? I've got the subtle one here, got the brand new one that is the eyelet, but I don't know if that's too busy for this. I don't know, I have a hard time with paintings like this. So I also have the exposed brick, probably offering too many choices, and the wood. What do we think? Help me choose. Help me choose. What do we think? The subtle one? You think the subtle one? I don't know. I'm wondering because this looks kind of scruffy. Do you think the exposed brick? What do you think? The exposed brick or the subtle? Just out of curiosity, Missy, where are you watching from? Which Facebook? Are you on my business page or are you in the A+ group? Just trying to gauge what Wiggly Woggly, that's a new one? Oh no, that Wiggly Woggly, what, that comes from a song, actually. A Christmas song from the Caroliers. Caroliers. You're on the business page? Okay, let me just pop over and see if anyone is on the other one. Where is it? Let's see. No, it is there. All right. Oh, and Covina's over there. Hi, Covina. You're not showing up on my thing. Well, darn it. All right. So, okay, I'm learning. I'll figure this out. I wonder why it's not showing up. No. That's weird. Well, Covina, thank you for joining me on here. All right, so I don't know. I'm thinking, you know what? I've never used this one, so I see what you're saying about the subtle, but I think this is subtle enough. I'm going to give this one a whirl. I have not used it yet, so I have not seen it in person yet. So I'm thinking let's just do it. Let's just do it. We'll just see what it looks like. If it looks horrible, I don't know. We could try re-embossing it with the other one, but I think it'll look kind of cool. I've seen this. I've been wanting it, but I was kind of disappointed that they got rid of the other brick, and I had the time-worn type, but that one is retiring. So I thought, oh, what am I going to use? So I decided to go ahead and splurge and get, ooh, that actually looks pretty cool, don't you think? Don't you think? That one looks pretty cool. This could be a new fave. Kind of like that time-worn type. I was using that a lot more than I did when it first came out. I didn't really like it when it first came out, and then it became a favorite. All right, I do kind of like that. I like that. What do you think, Missy? Do you like that? Covina, what do you think? So now I got to figure out how to see the others. So Covina's in Facebook. Covina's in the group. Missy's on the business page. And I am all over the place. Alright. I'll have to ask why the comments in the group don't show up on the multi-stream feed. Alright. Oh, isn't this just the yummiest paper? Isn't this the yummiest paper? I just love this paper. I think it is so yummy. Oh, and then it really goes good with this. Look at that. That just really looks awesome. I have to tell you. This, of course, it's early espresso, but it's kind of chocolatey to me because I don't drink coffee, so I don't think in coffee colors. So to me, it's kind of chocolatey. But the chocolate chip brown that we used to have was much nicer than this one. I wish we had kept that. All right. Let's see. Get that down. All right. I think this time we're going to go ahead and put this on dimensionals. Here we go. Like that. And we're just going to put one here in the center. All right. And I think, before I do this, I want to go ahead and use that linen, the linen thread, because it just looks so cool, I think. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put it through here. But before I tie it, I need to stick it down onto the paper. Like that, onto the card front. That's just so pretty. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and tie. So similar card design as the other one. We're just doing it portrait or vertical instead of landscape / horizontal. And I think we're going to put the bow over here on this side this time. So we want to get another one of those itty bitty glue dots to hold it. So, Covina and Missy, have you been playing with this kit? Have you been doing anything extra with it? So today, if you want to subscribe and get the next kit, which I don't have a picture of, it's going to be butterflies. And where are those dies? Here are the dies. So here are the dies that go with this kit, next month's kit. Oh no, this one, oh, what did I do with those dies? These dies actually go with the April, May, June. The other dies we had go with this kit. Ooh, I put that in the other box, which is way over there, so I'm not going to go run and get it. But that would have been cool to use. Hadn't even thought of that. I'll have to do that for next week. All right, so this one I'm trying to have kind of a sideways bow. And then I think, where are our sentiment pieces? I think we're going to go ahead and use this sentiment piece. Like that, or like that. I think we're going to go ahead and do it like that, and we're going to put on it, where's our sentiments? Have a beautiful birthday. And let's pick that up with that one, almost too small. We're going to go ahead and use this wonderful, yummy berry burst. Yeah, that does look cool, right? It worked out after all. I know, I hadn't bought it and I hadn't bought it, and then I kept seeing it and kept thinking, darn it, maybe I need to buy it after all. All right, I'm going to put this up high. Ooh, yummy, yummy. Love that color. And then, actually with this, I'm going to, where's my stamp with the flower? I'm going to stamp off. I just want the one little flower, so it's a darker color, so you can go to that. And then I'm just going to stamp it like that. All right, so that has a little bit in the corner there because that was a big white space. And anything I can do to have an excuse to stamp with Berry Burst, I'll do it. I love Berry Burst. It is one of my favorite colors. It was one of my favorite colors back when it was a in color years ago, and then when they brought it back last year, I was so overjoyed. Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss together are just absolutely dreamy and yummy. I love anything with berry, of course. All right. So there we go. Super simple, nothing extravagant, nothing way out of the realm of possibility. You can use any papers. It doesn't even have to be a paper pumpkin kit. We're gonna do that one right there with another little one. Oh, come on. Over here. All right, and then we'll do another big one right here. They're so big, I like to tuck them under just a little bit because they're just kind of big. So here we go. Super simple. Let's do something on the inside. Let's just try these flowers because we've got them here, and why not? All right, so this one is big, so it needs to be picked up with a larger one. You're not going to be able to use your little, here we go. That's going to be a little too small. Okay, you can see that. It's going to be a little too small for that. All right, so I'm going to bring this paper in because we're not going to be able to use the whole thing. So we're just going to focus on the flowers because you know me, I love those flowers. All right, so let's see if we can get just the flowers inked. Okay, no one's gonna know that that was actually a leaf that got inked because we're going to just do it right down here like that. All right, so you really, they might think it's, you know, doesn't matter what they think. I think it looks cute. That's what matters. It's your card. You do it your way. All right, so now though, let's go ahead and do the fill-in color with, we're gonna grab the bubble bath. Even though it says bubble bath isn't in here, I feel like it would go anyways. So we're gonna grab the bubble bath. Yep. And that will then fill in like that. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? And I think it works. Don't you think it works? I think it works. All right. So now we're going to glue this in there, and then there's plenty of space to write to the birthday person. I'm going to say birthday girl because most likely you're going to send this to one of your girlfriends. Open this up. Have this right inside here. And look at that. Oh my goodness. That worked out beautifully. And I love that embossing folder. So here are our 2 alternates for this week. And I've already kept you for 45 minutes. I don't know if we have time for the third one. The third one is only half created in my head because I kept going back and forth. I was trying to do a fun fold. So I got to figure that one out. So I'll have that one ready for you for next week, as well as a scrapbook page. And we'll play more with that other stamp set. So woo-wee, because by next week I won't have gotten my new paper pumpkin. So we have one more week that we can do some alternates with this kit. So I will be doing a scrapbook page for you and then a fun fold card with that other card base. All right, so this is super simple. Again, with this one you could do the same thing, just trade out the colors because the focus is more here on the trees, whereas here it was more on the sky. And then it just looks fun. I mean, you could use any color. You could use the Granny Apple Green, you could use your Berry Burst again, whatever. Pick out the colors that you want from there and do that. So thank you, Covina, for joining me. Thank you, Missy, for joining me. Let's see if I've missed anybody else. All right. Nope, I got everybody. If you're on YouTube, I'm not seeing any comments over there at all. So I'll have to go back and look. But I thank you so much for joining me. Remember, today is the last day to subscribe for the April kit. Today is April 10th, so the 10th of the month is always the last day. You can do a 1 month prepaid. Oh. You can do a 1 month prepaid, you can do a 3 month prepaid, you can do a 6 month prepaid, and you can do a 12 month prepaid. And of course, the more months you prepay, the bigger the discount you get. All right, so if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask down below. You can go and see it right here at junebugcreations.stampinup.net. And if you have questions, please feel free, you can go ahead and message me. I'll be happy to help you get that set up. When you do a prepaid subscription, you get an email with a code in it. Then you go to the link that they give you, thepaperpumpkin.com, and put that in there. Make sure you choose me as your demonstrator so that I can spoil you and teach you different things to do. And then you will start your subscription, okay? But you got to do that today if you want the April one with the butterflies. Yep, April's got butterflies. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.